Sorry, my glasses are also just foggy, so I left my house without them today. That was an interesting experience. Hello, I'm Robin Owens. I'm a singer-songwriter, currently a 9th semester at Berklee College of Music, majoring in songwriting, and this is my Berklee vlog of my last semester. You might notice I didn't upload last week. I had a shit week. All you really missed was me doing a lot of homework and playing with my cat. Yeah, I had a rough week. I had to do an assignment for class last Tuesday that ended up being really difficult for me, and I ended up not being able to go to class for that class all of last week. And it's kind of a long story and it's a little personal, so I'm not going to share it, but that does happen sometimes in college. We talk about difficult things, and sometimes that's hard. And sometimes for your own health, you need to not. And last week I needed to not, and my teacher was so understanding and nice. All of my teachers last week were so understanding and nice, and I'm so appreciative. Professors are generally understanding. They might have strict rules and strict policies, but a lot of times they're very understanding and nice. It obviously depends on the teacher, but at Berklee I've had a lot of really positive experiences with my mental health issues and my physical health issues getting in the way of class, and teachers being really willing to work with me, which is what I really appreciate about Berklee. I will say, a lot of Berklee is a hot mess, I love this school. I love it very much. I do not love how they run most of the administrative side of this school. I don't like that we don't have a nurse. We don't have a nurse. My first semester here, I got super sick because I was living in the dorms, and every time people move into the dorms, boom, dorm sickness. Everyone in the dorm gets it. So I got super sick, and because there was no nurse and I was new to Boston, I didn't know where to go. I didn't know where the walk-in clinic was. I'd never taken an Uber before, and I didn't know what to do. And because I was super sick, but I thought I had an ear infection, so I wanted to get checked out, I looked up the only hospital I knew in Boston, which is Mass Gen, and I took the T for the first time to get there because I was still too scared to take an Uber. Now I take Uber all the time, but like, this was 18-year-old me. Instead of just going to the nurse, I had to go to an actual doctor, because I could have just gone to a nurse and been like, hey, I think I have an ear infection. Can you write me a note for class? Instead, I had to go pay $20 of my copay, go to a doctor. But now I know better. You go to a walk-in clinic. They're less expensive, especially if they're not affiliated with a hospital and they're in your insurance. And also, online doctor's visits are really inexpensive depending on your insurance. Now you know. I don't appreciate the really clear sexism that people experience and misogyny, and I don't appreciate the racism either, and the prejudice that comes along with it. And these are not problems that Berklee itself is alone in. It's built into the music industry, and Berklee is a reflection of that. Berklee is trying to get better, and I appreciate that. I just don't think we've come far enough in the amount of time that they've been working on it. I did take some clips for you this week, but none of them are that good.
My homework for my directed study this week is a challenge to write a song starting with only the melody. And I hate it. I feel like I'm losing my G-darn mind. Why do I censor myself? I swear all the time. Okay. I don't even know what to write about. I have this melody, and I have the chorus. I don't remember the melody off the top of my head. Because there are no words, so I don't remember it. I hate writing like this. I don't write like this. I write everything all at once. I have no idea what I want the song to be about.
I did not write this song all at once. I did melody first, and so I sat in my bed and I sang into my phone until I came up with melodies I liked, and then I took them and I put them on guitar and found chords, and then sang those melodies over and over again, and then I wrote words to it. And the song's okay. I'm not like obsessed with it, but I think it's really good. I like a lot of it. I might end up just playing it and putting it on IGTV just because I like sharing music. I don't know, I'll have to like tweak it a little bit so that I am in love with it and then I'll share it. It was a really fun challenge. It was definitely a character builder, but I don't want to do it all the time. I don't feel as connected to the song when I don't do it all at once and when I'm not writing from a place of the lyrical inspiration, which is what we're working on, is trying to get me more on the music side. So this week I'm doing a chord challenge, so you'll hear me talk about that, I'm sure. Oh, one thing you did miss because I didn't upload is that I did an open mic last Monday and it didn't go great because I had to sneeze. But I sang the first verse and that was fine. Then I got to the second verse, I sang the first line, and then I went to sing the next line, and I couldn't. I had to stop and sneeze. I have footage of it. I may or may not put it in.
The neighboring town got too big for the bridge, just trying to talk us down a peg. So excuse me for 1 second. Let's try that again, shall we?
And then the second song did not go well because the mic kept moving and I kept having to think about moving closer to it and then messing up and then getting all in my head, and it just didn't go well. But that's okay. I played 2 songs that I wrote that were both about fire. For someone who's afraid of fire, I write about fire a lot. As far as other things to look forward to in these vlogs, I want to start incorporating more footage from throughout my week to give you more of an idea of what my life actually looks like. And so when I look back on it, I can be like, oh yeah, I remember that was what I did. I've been studying a lot outside of my apartment because when I study in my apartment, I get distracted by my little kitty friend and by Netflix and by all of the fun things that I have here. When I study outside my apartment, even though Netflix is on my computer, because I'm surrounded by people who think I'm working, I actually work. But other things you can look forward to, footage from throughout my week. I do want to do videos where I'm focusing during the week on like one aspect of being at Berklee. So like what a week in my life focusing on homework looks like. What a week looks like focusing on extracurriculars and like friends and stuff. And then like I also want to go around Boston and show you Boston, but I'm waiting for the weather to be nicer so that you get a better sense of what it's really like to live here, because when it's dark and dreary out, it's not as beautiful as it is. It's a gorgeous city. I love it. If there's anything that you want to see in a video from me, please let me know. Well, I guess that's it. That's my update from this week and I guess the week before. You can look forward to seeing another one of these next Tuesday. I will do it again, I promise. And if you want to follow my journey through my last semester at Berklee, please subscribe if you want. No pressure. I'll see you next week. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way.
You take up the whole thing, don't you? Yeah. Oh. Happy kid.